Rounds of strong to severe thunderstorms continue to target our part of the world. I've got a brand new hour-by-hour forecast to time the severe weather just ahead.
Newly released 911 calls show what people did to try to help a boy police say was killed by a hit-and-run driver in Pulaski County.
Why the Fayette County Health Department says it shut down a Lexington restaurant and how that restaurant is responding.
WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good evening to you. We have already seen one round of strong storms today, and it looks like even more storms could be on the way tonight, and some of those could be severe.
A WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day continues. We begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Yeah, calm evening for the most part is ahead of us until we get some big thunderstorms to pop here from Chicago into parts of Iowa, maybe northern sections of Missouri. Whatever goes up here is going to try to follow the flow upstairs, which is from northwest to southeast. So we're going to watch this particular corridor over the next 2 to 4 hours to start to really crank up some big-time thunderstorms. And severe weather may kind of congeal into one big line of storms that produces damaging winds and has a fairly long lifespan that can travel from west of Chicago all the way to the Appalachian Mountains. You've heard the term derecho. We had that in 2012 that produced a lot of damage across the Ohio Valley. Maybe something akin to that is a possibility later tonight into early tomorrow morning. And again, whatever pops there is going to roll its way on toward the south and southeast. We don't have to worry about that until well after midnight. If then we get another round coming up tomorrow afternoon. Here's what we're dealing with in the short term. Defender Radar Network with a little thunder and lightning here into parts of Bell County. That's an area that was worked over yesterday into late last night by some high water issues, and obviously some local stream and street flooding is possible for any thunderstorm that goes up. What we're dealing with now across most of the area is a whole lot of nothing. Outside of a sprinkle or a light shower over the next hour or two, most areas are in pretty good shape. That will change later tonight into tomorrow morning. A brand new future radar to share with you that will take you into that big cluster of thunderstorms that dives in early tomorrow morning in a little over 10 minutes.
Lightning from storms that moved through this morning caused some major damage in central Kentucky.
Jessamine County leaders say lightning struck the roof of the county courthouse just below the clock, and that caused a scare for people inside the building at the time.
It just sounded like a big explosion. And then the fire alarm started going off in the building. We've managed to shut most of those off after we've determined that there's no fire.
Firefighters say the only damage they could find at the courthouse was a broken window. No injuries were reported. In Madison County, firefighters say a lightning strike sparked a garage fire. It happened along Hume Branch Road, not far from Waco. No one was injured there. And over in Richmond, another lightning strike hit the Cabinet for Health and Family Services building. Firefighters say 4 people on their computers at the time were shocked, but they were not seriously injured. The lightning strike also caused the building's computer server to crash, so the office closed early. And remember, you can track storms when you're away from the TV with the WKYT Weather Plus Traffic app. You can download it for free in the app or Google Play stores.
Tonight, the search continues for a hit-and-run driver police say caused a child's death in Pulaski County, but we're learning some new details about the investigation.
10-year-old Stanley Turner was hit by a car Monday night along Rock Lick Creek Road. Police say there were no witnesses. Today, Phil Pendleton obtained some of the 911 calls made after the boy was hit. It's our top story at 6.
The sounds of nature on Rock Lick Creek Road are typically only broken by the occasional car or some farm machinery, but Monday night calls for help rang out from this rural part of Pulaski County.
And I'm going down the road, and there's a little boy in the middle of the road.
Her cell phone had no service. The driver had to go back to a house and use someone's landline.
Okay, does he look like he's possibly been hit by a car? I have only passed one car out this road, and there's really not that much traffic.
The 10-year-old's brother says the two had been on a tractor when the younger one left to get something. He never made it back and was found in the roadway.
Much of what is in that 911 call is too graphic, too troubling to play, but you can clearly tell by the people that tried to get help. They were confused, they were troubled, they were frantic over what exactly they should do.
Do you want me to go see if he's breathing and check on him? Or?
I mean, It's up to you, but it would really help us, okay?
Yes, let me do that.
The caller had to run back and forth between the road and the home's landline phone.
Okay, do you know how to do CPR?
I don't.
Okay, do you want me to walk you through it?
Oh, God, I'm not even near him. I'm 100 feet from him. I don't have cell phone service.
EMS arrived. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. Police say they're still looking for the driver. They want to question a woman in a red four-door car seen in the area. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Stanley Turner's funeral arrangements have not yet been set, but Morris and Highslope Funeral Home are handling them.
3 years later and still no answers. A painful wait continues for the family of a missing Madison County teenager. Brooklyn Farthing disappeared in June 2013. Late this afternoon, her friends and family held a balloon release in her honor outside the home where she was last seen. Today, her family and police talked to us about the unsolved case.
The rain and the storm, I was like, God's crying with me because he knows it's just going to be a hard day.
It was 3 years ago today that Brooklyn Farthing disappeared from a home in Berea. While time has passed for Brooke's family, the pain remains.
We've waited, and there is no end to this. You're basically walking in a nightmare every day.
You get anger, a lot of anger, and then you get sad, but we haven't stopped.
Police have followed up on countless tips, but at this point, 3 years later, Brooke is still considered a missing person.
I look at some of her friends, and they've started having babies and stuff, and I look at that and I think, well, I'm never going to get any grandkids from her. I'm never going to see her married.
Despite the dead ends they've pursued in the past, Kentucky State Police are still encouraging anyone who has any information to come forward.
We're not looking for rumors. We're looking for somebody that can actually come forward and lay it out for us. Somebody knows what's going on, and we would like to be able to answer those questions and provide that information to the family.
Just tell us where she's at so we can go get her. That's the main thing for me. I don't really care anything about, saying punishment or anything. I just need my baby back. That's all I want.
And if you have any information about this case, you can send an anonymous tip to findbrookefarthing.com. We have a link on WKYT.com.
Today, Kentucky Attorney General Andy Beshear said he is going to court to challenge 2 actions made by Governor Bevin in the last week. The governor dissolved the University of Louisville Board of Trustees and reorganized the Kentucky Retirement Systems Board. Beshear says the governor went too far, but the governor says he did nothing wrong. Sean Moody has the latest.
Attorney General Andy Beshear and Governor Matt Bevin have a little bit of courtroom history between the two of them. Bevin's spokesperson accused Beshear of filing frivolous lawsuits against the governor, but Beshear has said that the governor's actions, quote, threaten our very liberty. This all comes after Bevin's actions dissolving the boards of trustees for the University of Louisville and the Kentucky Retirement Systems.
Standing up to government officials who overstep and abuse their authority, that's part of my job description.
Beshear says Bevin had no authority to dissolve the boards.
Simply put, the governor's claim of power here threatens our very liberty, the very protections that we have put into law for citizens of this Commonwealth.
He'll file paperwork challenging Bevin's actions in Franklin Circuit Court as part of a pre-existing lawsuit regarding the KRS action. Governor Bevin's office says he's on solid legal ground and said Beshear is putting on a, quote, courtroom circus act. His spokesperson said in a statement today, quote, Beshear's own father relied on the exact same statutory authority to reorganize similar organizations in state government more than 100 times in 8 years, end quote. Beshear said that a judge's ruling on Bevin's action against the KRS board would apply to both the KRS and the U of L actions. In Frankfort, Sean Moody, WKYT.
This isn't the first time the Attorney General has taken legal action against the governor. Beshear also sued him over his cuts to higher education.
New tonight, a federal judge has sentenced a man for embezzling millions of dollars from a Lexington business. James Hammis received 8 years in prison along with 3 years probation after he's released. He pled guilty to wire fraud last year. Investigators say Hammis embezzled more than $8 million while working as an accountant for the Lexington branch of a Pepsi bottler. They say he was on the run for 6 years before being arrested last year. Investigators say Hammis spent most of that time hiking the Appalachian Trail. Tonight we've learned why the Fayette County Health Department shut down a Lexington restaurant. We first told you about the closure of Red Bang Bang Chinese restaurant on West Maxwell last night at 11. The health department says it found some problems there, new at 6. Sabir Rayford talks to a representative of the restaurant.
Red Bang Bang is a pretty popular restaurant here near UK's campus. They're known for their dollar scoops, but now they're closed after a woman said she found a dead mouse in her meal. After the allegations, we talked to Skip Castleman, who is a coordinator at the Lexington Health Department. He says getting a report about rodents in food is unusual.
But I would consider that very unusual. And also, additionally, we didn't see any activity or anything that would indicate that they had got into the food. But I can't comment any further regarding the picture that was posted.
Castleman did say that mouse droppings were found in the restaurant, and that combined with the report led to its closing. A PR consultant for Red Bang Bang told us they are using the time to completely renovate the restaurant. He also said they are taking the allegations seriously, but they are skeptical.
We want to believe our customers, but at the same time, this customer came in, and we were very open about that they came in, they just asked for, and this is an exact quote, how much money did they think it was worth to make it go away?
In a Facebook post to customers, the owner of Red Bang Bang said the woman asked for $25,000. The post also said they wanted to be transparent with customers and that they requested the inspection by the health department. The restaurant plans to reopen by Monday. In Lexington, Sabir Rayford, WKYT.
Sabir, thank you. Before the restaurant can reopen, the health department will do another inspection for rodents. Councilman says Red Bang Bang scored a 99 out of 100 on their last regular inspection in April. Over the last few weeks, some people in Pulaski County have been reporting some unexpected visitors. Bears.
And take a look at this. Sharon Gorham sent us this video showing a bear swimming in Lake Cumberland. There you see it. The Pulaski County Sheriff's Office says they've received many reports of bear sightings. Deputies say no one seems to be scared, just excited about it. But they also remind people that it is illegal to feed bears. New tonight at 11, you're going to hear from some people who saw some bears in Pulaski County. We have all watched that video. It's pretty incredible to watch them just going across the lake.
That is some interesting stuff.
All along, Jamal Murray has been projected as one of the top picks in the NBA draft. He will find out tomorrow night at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Is there a team that he would prefer? Lee K. Howard is on hand for the draft in New York.
Well, we don't know when Jamal Murray will hear his name called on Thursday night, but he isn't expected to spend an extended amount of time in the green room. Most mock drafts have him going anywhere from pick 3 to pick 7. John Calipari said yesterday on an interview that he thinks Jamal would like to end up 5th overall to the Minnesota Timberwolves, teaming up with guys like Andrew Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns. Jamal said today that would be fine with him.
It'd be a great fit. Just with those guys, like you said, and I could help with the shooting. But any team I go to, I'm blessed to be with, and I'm not picking one or the other. It's just I thought that would be a great young fit, and but any team would be fine.
I know he likes those guys, so obviously he wouldn't mind playing with those guys. But the joke he always makes is like any team right now is good for him. Yeah, those guys are they're good friends too, Jamal. So I'm sure he would want to play with them.
Jamal did have a great workout for the Boston Celtics, who picked 3rd overall. Phoenix picks 4th, and then right there at number 5 are the Minnesota Timberwolves. That would be an exceptional destination for the Canadian, teaming up with Andrew Wiggins and a friend and former Wildcat, Karl Anthony Towns. We'll all find out on Thursday night. Here in Midtown Manhattan, I'm Lee K. Howard, WKYT.
Lee K., thanks. Murray is hopeful that whichever team drafts him allows him to play in the Olympics for Canada. Jamal says he would like to play for his home country again. He realizes it's probably a long shot. Canada will open play at the FIBA World Olympic Qualifying Tournament in the Philippines July 5th. But the NBA Summer League runs July 2nd through the 18th. The Olympic basketball tournament in Rio de Janeiro runs August 6th through August 21st. That's at a time when Murray would not have NBA responsibilities. If you talked to the UK ticket office today, you may have heard a familiar voice, Coach Mark Stoops. He was working the phones for a couple of hours, drumming up support for the upcoming season. This was the first time that Stoops has done anything like this, and because of that, UK kept the publicity low-key. MLB Rumors Central says former UK National Player of the Year A.J. Reed could get the call soon to the Houston Astros. In 57 games with AAA Fresno, Reed is hitting .262 with 19 doubles, a triple, 10 homers, and 35 RBI. In the last 10 games, Reed is batting .310 with 14 hits. A.J. had a breakout season in 2015. He hit 34 homers and a .340 batting average at 2 minor league levels, and he impressed in spring training this year, hitting .311 in 21 games. So hopefully he will be up soon. Andrea, Amber, back to you.